Do not buy the new Trader's Van in Pixel Gun 3D.
I go la 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 la.
Welcome back to the video, guys. My name is Everletcher, and today I am back in the Pixel Gun 3D video. Today I'm going to be telling you why you should not, or why you should hesitate on buying the newest Trader's Van in Pixel Gun 3D. Keep in mind, no, this is not me trashing on the entire set. I'm just going to point out some of the flaws to this newest event, or this newest Trader's Van, because so many other content creators are just basically going out and stating that the weapons are completely OP, broken OP, and me personally, I think 100% otherwise, and I'm going to explain why in today's video. In the last video, I asked you guys to spam comment RIP heavy spam for a chance to get a shout out in today's video. We actually have two winners once again today. The first winner is going to be Goosek. Once again, he had nearly 500 comments. I'll show the screenshot right here. His channel will be linked down below. And because I did not want to do a duplicate for a winner, I wanted to do one more. So we also have I Like Soup PG3D, who had 255 replies, so big shout out to you as well. If you guys do want to get a shout out in the next video, then make sure you guys spam the comment, Santa is here. Whoever spams it the most will get a shout out in the next video. Make sure when you are spamming it, you comment once and then reply to your own several times, so it's easier for me to count how many times you actually commented Santa is here. So right now we have the Santa Assassin set in Pixel Gun 3D, or something called like that. I actually don't remember what the actual name of it is, but for me, it cost 450 gems for each of these weapons, and on my second account that is currently level 19, it costs 380 for each one of these, which is actually quite a lot, and I'm going to be explaining why you should hesitate on buying these right now. So if you are like me and spent 450 gems on each of them, you're going to be spending around 1,300 gems for 3 weapons in Pixel Gun 3D. And for some weapons, that would not be that bad of a deal, but for these ones, it's just not very good. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is going to be the primary weapon, which is the Elven Killer Rifle. So let's just go ahead and start talking about that right now. So this weapon right here, I love the feel to it. I think it's one of the best feeling primary weapons in the game, and it feels great. It does have poison effect as well, which that's not my problem with it. My problem with it is the fact that it just does not do much damage. For a weapon that costs 450 gems, you would expect it to be really good. This weapon right here is like an 8 to 10 shot headshot, which, yeah, that's not that bad, but it only has an 89 firing rate, which is not very good. It does have X-ray and poison, but the poison effect on this thing's actually crap. Everything else about the weapon is completely good. It's just the poison effect is awful, and the damage that it does is absolutely awful. And for a weapon that costs 450 gems, you would expect it to be at least a little bit better than that. I mean, either make it a 10% damage buff, or maybe just make it a 15% poison buff on the weapon, because this right here is just not very good, and it needs to be fixed. I personally would not recommend buying this weapon. Yes, when you actually play with it, you can get some kills if you're playing against people, because you know, they're going to be a little bit damaged and all that, but if you're playing against people who are max level with developer armor and stuff like that, it's going to be pretty bad. Now, like I said, I love this weapon. I love the look of it. I love the feel of it. It's just the actual weapon itself does not perform very good. And the reason why I'm saying this is because for 450 gems, you can get something much better. You can go into your armory and just go buy the Impulse Rifle, and it's going to be doing so much better. The Impulse Rifle, or like the Impulse, I don't actually know what it's called. It's one of the primary. Let's show it on screen right here. It's one of the best primary weapons in the game from the armory. And honestly, I think it's better than this one. Same thing, you can also get the freaking Black Mamba, and it's going to be performing better than this. That's my only problem. If you are someone who wants to get the most for your gems that you are spending, do not buy this weapon. It's not worth it. 100% not worth it. Go buy something else. If you're someone who just wants to collect weapons and hope for a potential buff on this weapon, then buy this. But keep in mind, a buff on this weapon is not promised. A buff might not come. So you might be waiting for a very long time because it may not ever happen. But then again, it could happen. There's a possibility it could be buffed, but then again, there's also a possibility for some reason it could be nerfed. So it's all up to you if you want to buy this weapon. Me personally, I bought it, but that's just because I wanted to make videos on the weapon itself. So that is the Elven Killer Rifle right there. Let's go ahead and hop right into the next one. So the next one that we have is the Assassin's Daggers, and these weapons feel great to use. They're just like some of the other dual melee weapons that we have in the game. I actually forget the actual names of them, but they're so good to use. These are actually one of the best weapons in the Trader's. These are the best weapons in the Trader's Van. I will say that how it is. They look great, they feel great to use. They're a little bit different from what I typically use, but they're not a bad weapon at all. They're actually really good. They have an attack speed of 89, mobility of 90, which makes them extremely freaking good. The mobility is absolutely insane. It has critical damage, invisibility, and poison. The poison effect is not that great. You only get 2 ticks of poison. I believe it's for around like 7 or 8 damage each. I'm not entirely sure about what that is, but that's just what it looks like. They're not bad weapons. They're a 2-shot kill basically all the time, which is absolutely great. I love that so much. They're very, very balanced, but they're very, very good. Honestly, these weapons right here are worth buying. The Assassin's Daggers are worth buying in this game. But then again, you can find better melee weapons in the game. If you want a good Christmas skin, you don't have a good Christmas event weapon, this one's going to be great. But then again, you might want to wait for the battle pass. This thing, I'm not sure how long. I think these are around for 2 more days. So make sure you just, if you want them, go get them. Keep in mind, they're 450 gems, which is still a little bit on the high side. You can definitely find something better. But if you really want one of these weapons, then this one I would say is the one you should get. They just feel good to use. I don't really have much negative things to say about the Assassin's Daggers. They're just good weapons. They're actually good weapons. It's just, yeah, they're a little bit overpriced. And if you want the most for the amount of gems you're spending, because 450 gems is not very cheap, then you might not want to get any of these weapons in the trader's van. But like I said, if you absolutely need to have and you really want one of these weapons from this trader's van, then these ones would be the ones I would recommend getting. That's really all I have to say about the Assassin's Daggers. I really have nothing negative to say about them. So let's just go and hop right into the next one. So the last one that we have is the Farewell Volley. These things they look insane. I love the look of them. I really do. They look kind of like the last squeak turned into a sniper. They look amazing. The only problem is it's a 2-shot headshot, 2-shot body shot. That's not bad at all. I personally think that's very balanced. Maybe make it a 1-shot headshot, but then again, that might be a little bit OP. It says it has semi-auto. I really don't see the semi-auto in it. Someone tell me if you guys see it. When you can see in the gameplay, it does not look like semi-auto to me. It's kind of hard to have a semi-auto sniper rifle when you have a fire rate of 67. I mean, that's a little bit too low. That kind of makes it a bolt, I believe. But anyways, we have a capacity of 12. We have mobility of 55. That's about standard for your snipers. The capacity is really high for a sniper, so I like that as well. 8 times zoom. You have wall break, which is really good. The one problem with this weapon, the one thing that really kills this weapon, there's actually 2 things. The first thing, you guys can see it in the little polygon testing that I did. The bullet travel time on this thing is so bad. It's actually laughable how bad the bullet travel thing on this thing is, and you guys will see it in the gameplay, the actual gameplay when I'm playing. The really only way to use this weapon is in super close range maps, because you cannot get kills with this thing if people are like using jetpacks and stuff. It just won't happen. You won't be able to use it. It's not going to be good for that. Obviously, I wasn't playing in a super close range map, but when I was getting my kills, I was very close to them. So that's kind of how it is. You really have to time it kind of like you have to time your heavy weapons because of how bad the actual bullet travel time is. I don't think I've seen a sniper in the game with this bad of bullet travel time. It reminds me, honestly, while using it, it reminds me of using the solar power cannon when timing your shots with people. And for me, that's not the most difficult thing to do, but at first, it's going to be very hard, and you're going to get used to that thing a lot. And that's what kills the sniper. That is the main thing that kills the sniper. The next thing is the fact that sometimes your bullets don't even shoot where you're aiming at. I'm not sure what that is. Developers, please fix that. You guys can see that in the polygon testing that I did on it. Sometimes they just don't shoot where you're aiming at, and I don't understand why it does that. I mean, overall, the sniper's not awful. If they just buff the bullet travel time by, I don't know, 15%, maybe 20%, it'd be definitely worth getting. 100% worth getting. Developers, if you're watching this, do some sort of nerf on the bullet travel time, somewhere between 10 and 20% for the speed of the bullet travel. That would make this weapon actually worth using, and with it only being a 2-shot headshot and a 2-shot body shot, it's going to be a good weapon. It's going to be a balanced weapon as well. So I think you guys should do that. Just buff the bullet travel time. Keep in mind, guys, that's not a guarantee. Just because I asked them to buff the bullet travel time does not mean it's going to happen. I will be messaging one of the developers and asking them and telling them things they could actually do to make these weapons better. But then again, no promises. It might not actually happen. But if it does happen, I will definitely be covering that in the video. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. That's just me telling you guys why you should be really hesitant when buying these weapons. Like I said, the only one that I personally recommend buying if you're trying to get the most for your gems is going to be Assassin's Dagger. That's if you just really need to have one of these Trader's Band weapons. If you don't really care about having any of these weapons, I personally just say skip over it completely. No need to actually buy it. You can find a much better melee weapon than these, even though these things are really fun to use. Anyways, guys, that's actually going to be it for this video right there. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope this was actually very helpful for some of you guys. And without any further ado, I hope you guys all had a very blessed day. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications. Channel memberships are down below as well. $2 a month, very cheap. And hope you guys all had a very blessed day. I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.